How do you get over laziness? That's what I'm gonna cover in today's video. Don't forget to smash the subscribe and like button so you don't miss any of my new videos.
Hi, I'm Dan Henry. I used to deliver pizza and sell water bottles to pay my rent. Then I discovered entrepreneurship and grew a $20 million online business. Subscribe to my channel and I'll show you how.
Hey everybody, Dan Henry here, and in today's video, I am going to answer Corey John's question, how to get over laziness. So this is a great question because I view things with laziness a little bit differently than most of the people out there that talk about how to get over lazy. I hear a lot of people just talking about motivation and talking about it's almost like shaming people for being lazy and telling them what bad things will happen as a result of being lazy.
Well, you can be lazy, but then you're gonna be poor your whole life. If you don't get out of bed, somebody else will, and they'll take your success.
And yep, that's fun, that's cool, but I'm not sure how helpful that is. So I'm gonna attempt, because we all know that, right? We all know that if we're lazy, bad things happen in life, but I'm gonna attempt to actually answer that question a little bit more practically. With that, I would say this: when you are lazy, it's because you're not taking the time to assess how you're thinking about your goals. So for instance, a lot of times we have a goal and we get fixated on the goal and the end result, and we don't ever take into account the process. So like we say, okay, I wanna be a doctor. You just randomly wake up one day and say you wanna be a doctor? Or did you sit there and think about the fact that you gotta get up at 5 a.m. every day, you gotta study, you basically can't drink, you can't party, or at least not as much as most people. You have hours upon hours of studying to do, you got nearly a decade of education. Did you think about that, or did you just think about the part where you get to walk in with a lab coat? Did you think about the part where you're gonna get a phone call at 3 a.m. because you have to rush to the hospital? A lot of people don't think about these things. They don't think about the process. They think about the end result. And so when they engage in the process, they drop out, they procrastinate, they become lazy, because fundamentally they never considered the process. They just considered the end goal. So for instance, let's say you go to the gym, right? If you go to the gym because you're like, I wanna be jacked, right? If you go to the gym and then you look in the mirror and you look to your left and you see these jacked people, these jacked dudes and jacked girls with the butt popping out and the little pink outfit that's skin tight, like it was sprayed onto them, like, pop! And then you see the dudes over there like, testosterone bleeding out of my ears, all over your face. And you're like, well, I don't look like them. I look, as I think it was Ben Askren that he looked like a bag of milk. You don't look like that, at least not yet. And so because you're so fixated on being jacked, when you're not jacked and you're at the gym, you almost feel like you don't belong there, right? You don't feel like you belong. You don't feel like one of them, And so you get this sense of I should not be here. And so you get discouraged, and then you become lazy and then you don't go in. And it's because you were fixated on the end result and you were not fixated on the process. If you fell in love with lifting weights, you wouldn't care what you looked like then or what you're gonna eventually look like. You just fall in love with lifting weights. You love the art of it. You love going into the gym. You love how it makes you feel. You love having that time away from work or even family to do your thing there for a couple hours. You fall in love with that. You end up getting jacked far quicker than if you just wanted to get jacked. You stay, you go, because it becomes a part of your daily culture. It becomes a part of your life. It becomes a part of what you love, and that's the key. You have to fall in love with the process. If you want to achieve goals, and this is, people ask me a lot of times, they say,
Dan, what are your goals?
And I often say, I don't really have goals. I just find things that I love to do and I fall in love with them. And then good things happen. That's how I've always viewed it, because what is a goal? Really, make $1 million? Okay, well, when you make $1 million, you're gonna wanna make 2, because you're immediately gonna recognize and realize the fact that the government's gonna want half of it. The government's gonna wanna punish you for doing what 99% of the planet are too lazy to do and making $1 million. And so you're gonna say, well, I put in $1 million worth of effort, I only get 500,000. I want $1 million. So then you work hard, you make 2, so you get, and then you say, well, I did this, so now I wanna do that. So to me, goals are ever changing. It's sort of like having a business plan, which I find to be another futile thing. Why have a business plan? Because, as Mike Tyson said, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face. And when you have a business plan, nothing ever goes to plan. You have to adjust anyway, so why have a business plan? You have an idea, you can have guidelines, but I don't know. I just think having a business plan of how things exactly are gonna go is just kind of dumb, in my opinion. So for me, it's falling in love with the process. It's saying, okay, I might have a general idea of my goals. Like I want to be happy. I want to be wealthy. I want to be able to buy whatever I want without having to stress over it. Like, I'll give you an example, right? My mother calls me the other day and she says, hey, my teeth are all messed up. I need to go to the dentist and I'm trying to save up for it. I said, well, what do you mean trying to save up for it? She's like, well, it's $32,000 to get implants all in my teeth. Or I could do something way cheaper to get partials, and I gotta take my teeth out every night. And I was like, listen, no, I'm not gonna be living in a penthouse, having a yacht, and then have my mother get some cheap dental care. So I said, no, Mom, it's okay. I will take care of it. Now, granted, I thought $32,000 was a little steep. So because I'm not a total idiot, I researched and I found a dentist that was good at what they did. I had great reviews and did it for a lot cheaper, which was $16,000. And so I said, okay, I found you this dentist because I'm not just gonna throw money away on some overpriced dentist, but we found one that she liked, that was a good doctor, and I paid the $16,000 to have her teeth done. And that right there, the fact that I can stroke a check for $16,000 to get my mom implants rather than taking her teeth out every night, that's why I do what I do. That's why I work hard, because I can just say, done, for my family, for people that I love. But 4 years ago, I didn't say, well, I wanna be wealthy one day so that I can pay for my mom's dental work. You know what I mean? I just fell in love with the process of building a business, and I let the chips fall where they may. And that has worked out a lot better for me. Just like, you know, recently my fitness has been getting a lot better. I hired a personal trainer. I get in the gym 3 days a week for like 2 hours, and I just hit it super hard. And I'll do another video, a whole story behind my personal trainer, but he's not just any personal trainer. He trains bodybuilders and gets them ready for shows. Not that I'm trying to do that, but the workouts have been a lot more intense. And I've fallen in love with that style. I've fallen in love with taking 2 hours out of my day, 3 days a week, and just getting away. And I've experienced, just in the past month, far more gains than I ever have working out before, trying to be like, oh, I want to have big muscles. So that's the important thing, is when you find that you're lazy, I would ask yourself, are you lazy because you never took time to think about the process, you only thought about the end goal? Or have you learned to find a process that you can fall in love with that gets you awesome things? And that's why when people start businesses that they're truly not passionate about, they never ever succeed. That's why people who look at other people's businesses and they try to copy them, they rarely succeed, because they don't have that passion. If you have passion for something, then when the bumps in the roads happen, you're fine, you'll go over them. But when you take someone else's passion, you just try to copy it, when those same bumps in the road happen, you don't have the passion to get through them. And that's why I don't worry about competitors, because most competitors don't even know what they're doing. They just copy my stuff and whatever. I said, okay, fine, go. Have fun, because you're not going to deal with it when stuff gets real. I will, because I love this. I love what I do. I live it. I breathe it. So that's the thing, is if you want great things in life, you have to learn to fall in love with the process that gets you great things, not pick a great thing, forget about the process, and then when you realize you hate the process, you translate that in your brain as laziness. You know what I mean? So I would venture to say that 90% of people that think they're lazy aren't really lazy. They just haven't found a process that they can fall in love with yet. So I hope this has been helpful to you. If you have a question for me, go ahead and ask in the comments and I might make a video out of it. Don't forget to smash the like button and hit subscribe so you don't miss any new videos. I'll see you in the next one.